Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me and allowing me to continue to be your daily advocate. If you're new here or you're not subscribed for any reason, please do me a huge favor and hit the subscribe button. Thank you to all of you who have been watching and following me for so long. It truly means a lot, and I'm glad that I can be this person.
Biden SEC nominee Gary Gensler is worth as much as $119 million. Isn't that crazy? Gary. Guys, I might have to go work for them. No joke. If he's making that much, 119 million seems to me like 9/11. Isn't this interesting, huh, guys? Emergency inbound, perhaps. Right? Some type of warning. I did talk about this a long time ago, guys, and I've been talking about it since. That we don't know if these people do really inside trade, right? With the information they have behind the scenes or whatnot. Because when the SEC did file the lawsuit, the people in the know could have shorted XRP very hard on leverage, right? And made a lot of money because XRP plummeted from 77 cents all the way down to 17 cents. And then bought back in spot at cheap prices. So very interesting stuff to say the least. Now guys, this is absolutely insanity from CNBC. Crypto firm Ripple's court battle with SEC has gone exceedingly well, CEO says. Beautiful, guys. Again, the time is near. Show one state, right? SEC sweating, guys. We do see a video right here. We're going to be watching this very soon. 420, by the way. But before we do watch that video, there's a few statements down here. The lawsuit has gone exceedingly well and much better than I could have hoped when it began about 15 months ago. Damn, it's been that long, guys. Isn't that crazy? When is the finale? When is it going to be done and over with? I'm thinking very soon. From all the I mean, even Brad Garlinghouse is basically stating it, guys. Right? He's saying it's going very well. But the wheels of justice move slowly. This case is important, not just for Ripple, it's important for the entire crypto industry in the United States. He said, it would be really negative for crypto in the United States if Ripple loses. Most tokens trading on platforms in the US would be deemed securities, Brad Garlinghouse said, meaning those platforms would have to register with the SEC as broker-dealers. That's cost, that's friction. If you determine XRP as a security of Ripple, we have to know every person that owns XRP, he said. That's an SEC requirement. You have to know all of your shareholders. That's not possible. Wow, again. This is how it's basically guaranteed, obviously not financial advice, that Ripple is about to win this SEC lawsuits, shenanigans, facade show. Or there will be a settlement taking place. Listen to this, guys.
Well, Ripple uses the XRP token in our tech stack. We use it to enable that cross-border, extremely fast and extremely reliable transaction. So we use XRP because of its attributes that make it fast and inexpensive. There are other tokens that people use for other use cases that don't work as well for payments. The XRP ledger, from its origins, has really enabled payments at scale in a way that certainly Bitcoin, while it's very good for digital gold, its speed and cost per transaction makes it less attractive for a payments type use case. So Ripple continues XRP because of its core attributes as a really efficient technology.
Is that something you see continuing in your tech stack going forward?
For sure, without question. And I think you'll see Ripple use the XRP ledger for other use cases as well. We're certainly making investments, as I mentioned, in the carbon credit marketplace and other verticals that we think could be compelling.
We've seen a lot of market volatility, of course, in the public equity markets. We've seen that filter through to the crypto markets as well. What's your outlook for the rest of the year? Do you expect sort of crypto markets to push higher and that volatility reduce, or do you expect them just to continue sort of seesawing we're seeing?
I think it's really hard to know the timing, but I'm incredibly bullish on crypto overall. And frankly, that's because of the macro factors. There's two that I'll highlight. The macro factor around inflation globally. You saw this past week, record inflation for I think 4 decades. Inflation in the United States at 8.5%. The other factor I think is really important on the side of it is, as you and I have talked about, that the move from crypto overall towards an institutional use case, solving real problems for real customers, and these scaled solutions that aren't just about the speculative activity that has really driven some of the historic crypto market activity.
Brad, I want to sort of move on and talk about regulation, which has been a huge topic yesterday, and it will continue today as well. You're currently in a legal battle with an SEC.
December 2020, and the core question there is around a nuanced legal question. Is XRP a security? And did Ripple sell, is XRP an investment contract? Did Ripple sell unregistered securities? Did I, Brad Garlinghouse, sell XRP as an unregistered security? I think it's very clear that in the United States, the laws have not been clear. And for the SEC then to go back in time and say, you should have known all along, it's really, I think, going to be hard. It's a hard case. I think what we're seeing in the court process, which does does continue to play out is a judicial process that recognizes some of this. Even this past couple days, there was a ruling from the court finally requiring the SEC to publish information about some speeches that the Director of Corporate Finance, Hinman, gave about Ether not being a security. And the fact that even now you have the SEC not able to answer the question, is Ether a security? They won't answer that question. They're saying there's clarity, but then they won't provide clarity. They're saying they won't comment on specific projects, but then they comment on Bitcoin. Bitcoin is one of the largest projects, but yet still just a project.
And just in terms of broader crypto market regulation, we had, of course, the executive order from President Joe Biden. At the time, there's a lot of criticism, well, this doesn't sort of go far enough, it's not laying out specifics. What's your view on it? Did you think it was significant for the market?
I think it was very significant. I think it's very positive. Frankly, the leadership we've seen outside of the United States in crypto regulation is way ahead of where it has been in the U.S. It's something we've been saying for years. And I think at the core of the executive order from the Biden administration is acknowledging that exact point, that the competitiveness of U.S. in these developing markets around crypto, around blockchain technologies has fallen behind, and more and more investment, more and more talent is going outside the United States. When entrepreneurs here in Paris talk to me about starting companies in the crypto space, one of the first things I'll recommend to them is you shouldn't start the company in the United States because there isn't that clarity. And so a lot of
Remember guys, Ripple is solving real world problems, as Brad Garlinghouse has said as well. And Ethereum. More news right here from Babacooks. Well folks, the narrative push has begun. As we expected, Bitcoin isn't good for payments. Shocker. It's been about 7 months since El Salvador made Bitcoin a national currency. And basically, look at this. If we go here, IMF opposed El Salvador adoption of Bitcoin, right? Come on guys. All the bad narratives are with Bitcoin. All the good narratives are with XRP. It's right there, but still people don't seem to see. Visual perspectives of straight up Bitcoin mining equipment being crushed, note what you hold. I believe we may be witnessing a form of tulip mania, and it may just be to keep retail off of gold. So basically, wow, look at this guys. Why did the tulip mania bubble burst? In February 1637, a long time ago, tulip traders could no longer find new buyers willing to pay increasingly inflated prices for their bulbs. As this realization set in, the demand for tulips collapsed and prices plummeted. The speculative bubble burst. Isn't that interesting, huh? So everyone was buying. And then one day, everyone just had a realization this may be a huge bubble, right? Is this happening with Bitcoin? Think about it. And remember guys, the tulip traders could no longer find new buyers willing to pay increasingly inflated prices, right? So the higher these tulips went or whatnot, less people were buying. Seems to me that's happening with Bitcoin. Perhaps a bubble burst seems to be upcoming. Crushing the Bitcoin, what? Miners. So basically, again, do we see what's happening? And more proof right here from CNBC once again. Apollo's head of sustainable investing says we need to speed up the transition towards clean energy, right? Clean energy. So everything is about this climate narrative agenda. Even Mr. Poole tweeted about that. That's where the world seems to be heading towards, guys. Listen very carefully. Brad Garlinghouse said carbon neutral as well, right? Wow, it's absolutely just baffling to me that XRP is truly it from everything we have seen. But before Bitcoin does dump, right, does plummet, does get regulated out of existence, I believe this type of scenario will take into effect. So we see 1 peak, 2 peak, 3 peak. The 3 mountains, what does it look like? BG123's 3 mountains before, right? Isn't this interesting? Or I've heard the 3-headed beast as well. I believe we're going to pump here. And then when the top does come in, that's when probably regulations regulate Bitcoin out of existence, and then we just plummet down, guys, hard, right? Now, obviously, this is not financial advice, but that's what I believe will take place, and then SEC will give the green light for XRP, and then XRP just flies up. Bitcoin dumps, XRP flies, right? That's what I believe will take place. Now, Kenny Asudo, the guy told me back in the day that Bitcoin will never reach $10,000 is the same guy who told me today XRP will never reach $1,000. Welcome back to Earth, bro. Haven't heard from you in many years, and thank God I took your advice like a grain of salt, right? So, That's what we're talking about. Remember, a lot of people back in the day were talking about Bitcoin can't even reach $100. What did it do? It went to $69,000. Mind-blowing stuff, isn't it, guys? Next one comes from Butter Crypto. Ignore the dip. They want you to sell. You should be accustomed to this by now, XRP community, right?
So enjoy your day, everybody. I'm always here for you. Leave any comments or questions below, and be sure to subscribe. But thanks, everybody. I really appreciate you. Enjoy your day, and I always have your back. So thanks so much, everybody.